Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Learning Podcast. Today, you are going to learn something very powerful. In this episode, we will explore the ideas from a meaningful book called Focus on What Matters by Darius Foroux. This book is about something we all struggle with in our modern life. How can we stop wasting our energy? How can we focus on the things that truly matter? And how can we create a calmer, more meaningful, and more successful life? But this episode is not only about a book summary. While listening to this video, you will also practice your English listening skills. You will learn new English words, useful sentences, and natural expressions. So today, you will get two benefits at the same time. You will improve your English, and you will learn powerful life lessons from this book. I will speak slowly and clearly using simple English sentences. You don't need to worry if you don't understand every single word at the beginning. Just keep listening. Every time you listen again, your understanding will become better. Because learning English is not about understanding everything in one day. It is about improving step by step. Lesson 1. The power of focus. All right, my friends, now we are entering the first important idea from this book. The first lesson is the power of focus. Focus is one of the most valuable skills in life. But what does focus really mean? Focus means giving your attention and energy to one important thing instead of wasting it on many unnecessary things. Let me say that again. Focus means choosing what matters most and giving your best effort to that thing. Many people think success comes from doing more and more things. They believe, if I work longer hours, I will become successful. If I say yes to every opportunity, I will grow faster. But sometimes doing more does not create better results. Sometimes doing fewer things with more attention creates bigger results. Because your energy is limited, your time is limited, and your attention is limited. Imagine you have a glass of water. If you pour the water into 10 different cups, every cup gets only a little water. But if you pour all the water into one cup, that cup becomes full. Your focus works the same way. When you spread your attention everywhere,
For example, imagine two people want to learn English. The first person watches many random English videos every day. One video about grammar, one video about vocabulary, one video about pronunciation, another video about speaking, but they never practice one thing deeply. The second person chooses one simple plan. Every day, they listen to English for 20 minutes. They repeat sentences, they practice speaking, they improve little by little. After a few months, the second person may improve faster. Why? Because they focused their energy. They did not try to do everything. They focused on what mattered.
Now, let's talk about a common problem in our modern life: distractions. Distractions are things that take your attention away from important goals. Your phone notifications, social media, unnecessary conversations, random thoughts. These things are not always bad, but when they control your time, they become a problem. Many people wake up in the morning and immediately check their phone. They spend the first important minutes of their day looking at other people's lives, but they forget to work on their own life. A focused person asks a different question. What is the most important thing I need to do today? This one question can change your daily life. Because when you know what matters, your decisions become easier. Let's connect this idea with English learning. If you want to improve your English, do not try to learn everything at once. You do not need to become perfect in one day. Choose one important step. Maybe today, learn 10 new words. Practice speaking for 5 minutes. Listen to an English podcast. Repeat useful sentences. Small, focused actions create big improvement because progress comes from consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly. A small action repeated every day becomes a powerful habit. So, my friends, the first lesson from Focus on What Matters is simple. Do not give your energy to everything. Choose what is important. Protect your focus and spend your time on things that build your future. Remember, you don't need to do everything. You need to do the right things. Because when you focus on what matters, you create a life that truly matters. Lesson 2. Understanding what really matters. Now, let's move to the second important lesson from this book. The lesson is understanding what really matters. This idea sounds simple, but it can completely change the way you live your life. Because many people spend their entire life chasing things without asking one important question. Is this really important to me? Let me say that again. Before you spend your time, before you spend your energy, before you make a decision, ask yourself, does this truly matter? Because not everything that gets your attention deserves your attention. In our daily life, we see many things that look important. A new message, a new notification, a new trend, a new opportunity. Everything feels urgent. But urgent and important are not always the same thing. Urgent means something that needs your attention quickly. Important means something that creates real value in your life. For example, your phone rings. You immediately check it. It feels urgent. But learning a new skill for your future feels less urgent. However, after 1 year, that skill may completely change your life. This is why we need to understand the difference between noise and value. Imagine you are standing in a huge supermarket. There are thousands of products around you. Every product is colorful. Every product is trying to get your attention. But you don't buy everything. You choose only what you really need. Life is similar. Every day, many things try to get your attention, but you cannot give your energy to everything. You have to choose. You have to decide. What deserves my time? Now, let me give you a simple example. Imagine 2 students. Student A wants to improve English. Every day, he spends 3 hours watching random English content. Sometimes grammar videos, sometimes vocabulary videos, sometimes entertainment videos. He feels busy, but he has no clear direction. Student B spends only 30 minutes every day, but he follows a simple plan. 10 minutes listening, 10 minutes speaking, 10 minutes reviewing. After some months, student B improves faster. Why? Because he understands what matters. He focuses on the actions that create results. This is one of the biggest lessons in the book. Your results are connected to your choices. Small choices repeated every day create your future. A person who chooses learning every day becomes a better learner. A person who chooses distraction every day becomes more distracted. Your future is not created by one big decision. It is created by many small decisions. Now, let's think about your own life. Maybe you have a dream. Maybe you want to speak English fluently. Maybe you want to build a successful career. Maybe you want to improve yourself. But ask yourself, what are you doing every day that moves you closer to that dream? And what are you doing every day that takes you away from it? This question is powerful because sometimes we don't need more motivation. Sometimes we need better choices. Let's connect this idea with English learning. Many learners say, I don't have enough time to learn English. But sometimes the real problem is not time. The problem is priority. Priority means something that is more important than other things. For example, you may not have 2 free hours, but maybe you have 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes can be valuable. You can listen to English, you can practice speaking, You can learn new phrases. Small focus time is better than a lot of unfocused time. Lesson 3. Remove distractions and protect your focus. All right, my friends, now we are moving to the third important lesson from this book. The lesson is, remove distractions and protect your focus. In the previous lesson, we learned that we need to understand what truly matters. But knowing what matters is only the first step. The next step is protecting it. Because even if you have a clear goal, distractions can slowly take you away from that goal. So what is a distraction? A distraction is anything that pulls your attention away from something important. It can be your phone. It can be social media. It can be unnecessary tasks. It can even be your own thoughts. And the dangerous thing about distractions is they usually do not look dangerous. They look small. They look harmless. But small distractions repeated every day can create a big loss. Let's take English learning as an example again. Instead of saying, I will learn English someday, create a focused habit. Say, every day I will listen to English for 15 minutes. Then protect that time. Make it important. Because every time you protect your focus, you are investing in your future self. Now ask yourself, what distraction is taking the most energy from my life? Is it my phone? Is it unnecessary entertainment? Is it delaying important actions? Think about it, because awareness is the beginning of change. So, my friends, the third lesson from Focus on What Matters is your attention is valuable. Protect it. Your goals need your focus. Your dreams need your focus. Your future needs your focus. Remember, if you do not control your attention, something else will control it for you. Choose wisely. Focus on what matters. Lesson 4. Create a clear direction. All right, my friends, now let's move to the next important lesson. The lesson is, create a clear direction. Many people work hard every day, but they still feel lost. Why? Because they are moving without knowing where they want to go. Imagine you are driving a car. If you don't know your destination, you can drive for hours and still reach nowhere. Life is the same. Before you spend your time and energy, you need to know your direction. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What is important for my future? What kind of person do I want to become? These questions help you focus on the things that truly matter. For example, a person wants to improve English, but they only watch random videos every day. They don't have a clear goal. Another person decides, my goal is to speak English confidently in 6 months. Now they can create a plan. They know what to practice. They know what to focus on. Clear goals create clear actions. The same idea applies to life. When your direction is clear, you stop wasting time on things that do not help you. You become more confident because you know your next step. So, my friends, remember this. A clear direction saves your time and energy. Don't just stay busy. Make sure you are busy with the right things. Focus on what matters. Lesson 5. The power of saying no. All right, my friends. Now let's talk about another important lesson. The lesson is the power of saying no. Many people think success comes from saying yes to every opportunity. But sometimes saying yes to everything means saying no to the things that truly matter. Your time and energy are limited. You cannot do everything. You cannot focus on every goal. You cannot give your attention to every person and every task. That is why learning to say no is important. For example, imagine you want to improve your English. You make a plan to practice for 30 minutes every day. But every day, someone asks you to do something else. You say yes, you watch random videos, you spend hours on unnecessary activities. At the end of the day, you have no time left for your goal. The problem is not lack of time. The problem is lack of priorities. A focused person understands this. Saying no to distractions means saying yes to your future. Saying no to wasting time means saying yes to growth. Saying no is not being rude. It means you respect your goals. Let's imagine your attention is like a bank account. You have limited money. You cannot spend it everywhere. You choose where to invest. Your time and energy work the same way. Spend them on things that give you value. In English learning, this can be very simple. Instead of spending 1 hour scrolling on your phone, you can spend 20 minutes listening to English. Instead of watching random content, you can practice useful sentences. Small choices create big changes.
Lesson 6. Build better habits and stay consistent.
All right, my friends, now let's move to another powerful lesson. The lesson is build better habits and stay consistent. Many people want big changes in their life. They want better skills, they want more success, they want a better future. But they forget one important thing. Big results come from small actions repeated every day. A habit is something you do regularly without thinking too much. Your daily habits slowly create your future. Small habits may look simple, but over time, they become powerful. For example, a person wants to improve English. They decide, today I will study for 5 hours. But after a few days, they stop because it feels difficult. Another person decides, I will practice English for 15 minutes every day. It feels easy, but after months, that small habit creates big improvement. The secret is not doing something huge once. The secret is doing something small consistently. Consistency means continuing even when you don't feel motivated, because motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel excited. Some days you feel tired. But a good habit helps you continue. Imagine a person planting a tree. They do not water it once and expect a big tree tomorrow. They give it water every day. Slowly, it grows. Your skills are the same. Every day you practice, you are growing. In English learning, consistency can look like this. Listen to English every day. Learn a few new words. Speak a few sentences. Review what you learned. These small actions create confidence. So, my friends, do not focus only on big goals. Focus on your daily actions, because your daily actions become your future. Remember, small steps every day create big results over time. Stay consistent, keep improving, and continue focusing on what matters. All right, my friends, we have reached the end of this journey. Today, we learned some powerful ideas from the book Focus on What Matters. Before we finish, let's quickly remember the important lessons. First, we learned about the power of focus. Focus means giving your attention and energy to the things that truly matter. You don't need to do everything. You need to do the right things. Because when your focus is clear, your progress becomes stronger. Second, we learned about understanding what really matters. Not everything that gets your attention is important. You need to ask yourself, is this helping my future? Choose the things that create real value. Third, we learned about removing distractions. Distractions can quietly steal your time and energy. Protect your attention, because your attention decides the direction of your life. Fourth, we learned about creating a clear direction. When you know where you want to go, your decisions become easier. A clear goal creates a clear path. Fifth, we learned about the power of saying no. Every time you say no to something unimportant, you create more space for your goals. Saying no is not losing opportunities. Sometimes saying no is protecting your future. Finally, we learned about building better habits and staying consistent. Small actions repeated every day create big results.
You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You just need to take one small step every day. My friends, remember this. Your life is built by what you give your attention to. If you focus on distractions, you will get distracted. But if you focus on growth, learning, and meaningful goals, you will create a better future. And while you are learning these ideas, you are also improving your English. Every sentence you listen to, every new word you learn, every minute you practice is making you better. Learning English is also a journey. It is not about being perfect. It is about improving step by step. So today, ask yourself one final question. What is the one thing that truly matters to me right now? Find that thing. Protect it. Give it your energy. Because when you focus on what matters, you can create a life that truly matters. Thank you so much, my friends, for spending this time with me. I hope this video helped you improve your English and also gave you some powerful ideas for your life. Keep listening, keep learning, keep growing. And remember, focus on what matters.
See you in the next English Learning Podcast. Bye for now.